What's going on, y'all? This is my 2018 Toyota Camry, and this is going to be a review from somebody who actually has owned the car. I know there's a lot of reviews out there, and they're mostly the reviews for people who just get in and test drive it and then go about their own life in their other car. This one's actually going to be from an owner's perspective. So I bought this car earlier this week, so I've had it almost a week, and I want to give you kind of like my take on it. First things first, I drove a 2014 Toyota Corolla Type S, and I did a review of that whenever I put some teen suspension on it. I bought that car more as like a credit booster, and I kept that car for about 2 years before I went ahead and made the move to something a little bit bigger. I do have kids, so I needed something with a little bit more space, and the Corolla has a really uncomfortable back seat for adults. For kids, it's fine. They don't care. They can sit on boxes all day if they want to. But for adults, nobody really liked the back seat. But my car was lowered on teen suspension, so that did play a part in the roughness of the ride and the really just thin back seat as far as like the cushioning. So, ended up buying this car. Well, why did I buy the Camry? I had the option to buy a 2017 Camry, but I just did not like the front of it. And I remember seeing the new Camrys debuted at the Detroit Auto Show, and I seen that. I was like, yes, that is a car I want. So why did I get it? Well, because I'm a car enthusiast, I immediately saw the potential of this car as far as car shows was concerned, just to be honest with you. I got it because it was bigger. I liked the way it looked, and I can already see how this car would look in a car show with some nice, wide, deep dish wheels. What comes on the car right now, I believe they are 18s. Yes, they are 235, 45, 18-inch wheels. They're nice, standard, but you know, eventually I will be changing those out to a more deep dish look. I'm not sure what color I'm going to get. I don't know what really accents white. I'm going to have to play with it. I might do gold again, or just something nice, because the black and white scheme is really what I liked, and that's why I chose white. For a good chunk of my cars, I've always had blue, but I wanted to do something different, so I chose to go with white, and the white and black really accent each other very well. A couple of people at my job like it a lot. The people who seem to gripe about the car the most, or who don't like it the most, are older people. I think the design, this design is more of a young person design than it is for an older person design, because it just looks extremely mean, in my opinion. It looks like a beefed up Lexus, in my opinion. You know, very nice edgy lines. It's very futuristic, and that's one thing I will say about driving the car. It does feel like I'm driving a computer at some times, and the reason why I say that is because it has the blind spot monitoring, which is fine. It has the active steering, so if you depart your lane, the car will tug you back into the middle, and then it has the radar assist, to where if you're on cruise control and a car in front of you stops, the car will slow down. So sometimes it feels like it's driving itself, but don't get that confused with no Tesla. You just can't get in a car, turn on your cruise control and your active steering, and then just let the car drive itself. It will tell you and beep over again to put your hands back on the wheel. And this car isn't a Tesla, so don't ever get it confused to where you can just get in and just lollygag around. Anyways, what I do like about the car, I'm going to go through what I like and what I don't like. Definitely, I like the motor. This is a four-banger, and I'm pretty sure you all know it's about 204 horsepower, 205, and 168 pounds of torque. And what I like about that is I actually feel it. This is a big car for me. This is a really big car, especially coming from a Corolla. But you feel like this car can get on the freeway and you can pass people. You don't feel like a Prius is going to pull on you at any point in time. You know, you look at it, it feels good. I haven't had a car that felt this good on the freeway since my Acura Integra GSR. It is the sports edition, so it is going to have the push battle, the paddle shifters. It's gonna beep at me because it doesn't let me turn off the lights. So it does have the paddle shifters. Like I said before, there's your active steering, and then there's your radar for your cruise control. There's your left and right for your audio, which is different from the Corolla, and your sound is up here, and you can talk to the car and all this other, stuff. It's very nice. Got my water. I like the back seat. And it just feels like a solid car. It has a nice thump sound to it when you close it. It feels safe. That's one thing I will say I like about the car. When I got in the car, it felt like I was going to be safe from any angle of the car. It felt like if someone's going to hit me from behind, I'm okay. Front head-on collision, I felt like I was okay. Even on the side, I feel like I would be okay in this car. It has LED tail lights and, you know, all the other stuff that you can see from other people. But my personal take on it is it feels good. I see potential in it. Of course, there's no aftermarket parts for it yet. Gas mileage is extremely good. When I bought it, they filled it up, and that was Monday, the 25th. And today's date is, let's see, we're the 29th, and I'm still over half a tank. I've been driving it. I put my foot in it. You know, I'm not going to lollygag when I get on the freeway. This is a car. This is a car that you can drive, and that it feels sporty at the same time. The suspension feels good on it. It doesn't feel like I'm floating, but it definitely has that new car going faster than what you think feel. You know, where you're on the freeway, you look down, you're doing 85, and you don't feel like you're going 85. This is that car. Has the blind spot monitoring. I do like that it still has the LED turn signals. This is the SE edition, if I didn't already say that. So I guess that's considered their sports edition. It doesn't have the sports button to where you can just press it and the car will rev and stay in higher RPMs. You have to switch that to the manual sport mode if you want higher revs or to control it. Even when you're in drive, you can control the paddle shifters, but if you hit the gas pedal all the way down to the floor, it'll switch back to regular drive instead of sports drive. So plans for it. There's no aftermarket parts for this car as of yet, but I suspect there will be. I would like to do the same thing to this car that I did to my Corolla. I don't think I'm going to go with teen suspension unless they have something very nice, because the teen street basis was, honestly, it's a rough ride, and I don't want this car riding rough. I want people to get in this car, and yes, it'll feel lower, but I want it to still feel comfortable. I would like a rear roof spoiler. As you can tell, the roof actually has a nice, good curve on it, so that's going to be interesting to see a company make that. Of course, I'm going to get some bigger wheels. Hopefully K-Sport makes something, but I was reading that Teen is making suspension for the 2018 Camry pace car. So if Teen's already on, making the pace car, I wouldn't think it'd be long before the production would come out. It really doesn't need nothing else up front, in my opinion. It doesn't need no front lip or anything like that. I just think this car is going to be massively nice in a car show, even if it had an air ride suspension. But anyways, back and forth. I've been to my mom's house. I haven't really taken it on no road trips. I really don't want to put a lot of miles on it. So let's talk numbers. Okay, so when I bought my, and first things first, let's realize that, you know, I didn't start working on my interest, or I didn't start working on my credit until I was about 29, 30. I'm 32 right now. So when I bought the Corolla, I bought it as a credit builder. And I bought the car for 15, and I had stupid high interest, and I was paying on interest. I paid everything on time, and I just wasn't knocking down the principal of the car. So I refinanced it with, I was with Ally, and then I refinanced it through Oklahoma Educators Credit Union, and I got the interest rate down, but still, I was still paying interest for almost a year, and I just knew that I did not want to go over 60,000 miles in that vehicle. I got the vehicle at 19,000 miles, and I traded it in on the 25th at 48,000 miles. So first things first, they offered me with the car on how it looked, because it was lowered and everything like that, they offered me $7,500. I immediately rejected that because another dealership in town, due to the latest hurricanes, especially here in Oklahoma. The hurricanes, of course, wasn't here, but Texas and Florida are looking for a lot of used cars. So they offered me this dealership in town, Toyota Fowler. They offered me $10,500 on the phone. So I came up there, and they didn't have the car that I wanted. So I went to another dealership called Jim Norton here in Oklahoma. So they offered me $7,500 at first. I was like, no. Another dealership offered me $10,500. So they bumped it up to $10,500. And well, I'm gonna have to make a part 2.